This is No Bangers, episode 63. I am joined by the illustrious co-host, Mr. Rod from
Let's
Picking
keep
and
it
Punching
professional. I like
Cards,
this.
Cary from American Arbitrage Cards, and I'm Tim from Over the Year Sports.
Bro, you just disappointed many people.
No, it's just straightforward.
It's like every girl you dated in college now, bro. They're all just extremely disappointed.
Listen. I didn't drive. I wasn't in the car a lot of today. So a lot of times I think of this stuff while I'm in the car. I wasn't in the car and I didn't have a chance to put something together. So this is what it is.
Man, this is just all downhill already, bro. Like,
it's all uphill.
I mean, I guess
he started it. Yeah, he started the podcast with such low energy that we can't get any worse.
I mean, like,
that's actually that's a smart way to do it. Like, just get rid of the people who actually were excited about the podcast right out the gate.
That's why I list all my cards in excellent condition. And then when they get it and they gem in 10, they're like, this is way better than I expected.
I didn't expect this Chris Bosio to gem. That's awesome.
Jeez, all right. Well,
deep cut right there.
we got a lot to talk about, man. So Tim went to multiple card shows this weekend.
One card show, 2 days.
Oh, 2 days. I went to multiple card shows. Cary bought a ton of cards, which we don't know anything because he didn't respond to me. So I don't know what you got. So I'm curious to hear your story on that. But
yeah,
man. And then there's a lot of news this week, which is kind of good. But man, first thing I want to talk about is, you guys remember the beginning of the year? We talked
about first and foremost, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I do have a Facebook page about food as well.
Damn it, Tim!
Oh yeah,
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, like what was it called?
Married with an Appetite.
Intimate Foods or something.
Listen, at the card shows. So the card show was fan. I'll wait for the talk about it till we get to the card show. But I will tell you,
Rod's got a plan, and
I had a bacon brisket.
Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done.
It was a cheeseburger with two fat slabs of brisket on top of it, with coleslaw on top of that. On a bun. It was like this tall, dude.
Nice.
I haven't eaten today, so I'm really hungry. So I just randomly thought about food just now.
Oh man, you just said something before that. Now
you might still have, if you look, you might still have some in your beard there. But
okay. We'll talk about it when we get to the card shows there too. Let me write that down here 1 second. But I would say early this year we made our predictions about what was going to happen in 2026.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see the news about Target?
Yes.
They're getting a card section or something? Or?
Yes. So kind of how they had like their ultra beauty section, whatever there. They're actually going to be putting in supposedly like a card central or something like that. So how do you feel about that, guys? You guys, we talked about the corporate.
Is it going to be in every Target though?
That's a good question. That I don't know.
Because I can't even find.
Yeah, what's the difference though? Like, what's the difference? What's going to be the difference?
They're probably going to sell overpriced singles in there too, like Dick's.
Oh,
right?
Really?
I don't know that. I don't think they'll go that far. But like Ulta Beauty, like they have like a huge section where they have their displays, they have stuff like that. So I'm hoping that they do something with cards, like, because right now you go to different, it's just the one checkout line usually, like one shelf or two shelves, and then we get a whole section though. Like, is that good or bad for the hobby? That's what I want to know.
At this point, listen, there's only so much that can be bad for the hobby. We already know it's bad for the hobby. Repacks, whatnot, and scammers, AI. There's a lot of bad stuff for the hobby. We're there already. We know it's bad. The good stuff, everything else is good, right? What could be bad about more cards?
This is what I think a lot of people don't realize. Like, the reason why a lot of like our pack opening videos go more viral than just us doing talking head videos on Instagram or TikTok. It's because retail goes out to the people who are casual, that just like are casual card people. They're not following everybody on YouTube really. They're just opening something because they've done it since they were a kid or they want to get back into it. So having cards, even though those boxes for the most part are not, you're not getting much value out of them, right? In general. That is most people's relationship with the hobby, is going to a retail store and buying whatever's on the shelf that looks interesting to them. And then, typically opening and then, thinking cards are worth more than they are because they're not really in the game like we are. But I think it's good for the hobby overall. It allows more access to the casual people, and the casual people are the largest portion of the card hobby are the casuals.
So let me throw this out for you. What happens if Target starts carrying hobby boxes, and maybe they limit one per person or something like that in the store? Like, would that?
Well, how would they do that? Would they have to go through a new distributor, or would they have a direct account through Fanatics?
Why would Fanatics even bother?
Why wouldn't they bother? What do you mean? Why would they bother?
They already are selling it all to the breakers and stuff for the most part, allegedly, right? I mean, like, why are they going to produce more? Is that the purpose? Or
I mean,
I don't think they're going to produce more. I think that's the one thing that like people think that there's all these cards, right? And this is why I always get in the argument with people about, oh, it's junk wax era 2.0. It's not even close. The numbers aren't even close. So I don't think that you're going to get. That's the one thing I think these card makers and companies know, is that we cannot get to the level of production that was in the 90s, because they will kill their businesses, right? So I don't think we ever have to worry about that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, people are just turned stupid all the time, so I don't really know. But like, it's going to be interesting. I have to wait and see.
I think I mean, if we start moving to more of a corporate structure, I mean, they have a requirement now, like for Topps. If you have a hobby shop and you have allocation, you have to, like, there's a check and balance you have to go through. Like, you have to have a clean shop, you have to have stuff organized, you have to have, like, has to be modern, and they're giving you allocation based on that. And over the last year, they've taken away allocation from some of these smaller shops, that just weren't meeting the requirements and stuff like that. But I mean, they have more accessibility for like a Target to actually carry like a hobby box and stuff like that. I think it's a good thing, man. Like, the biggest complaint I hear from people is, like, the reason they buy retail is because they can't get it from the website, or they don't have a local LCS next to them. So, like, this could be a game changer for them to actually be able to carry. I mean, GameStop carries some hobby boxes at their store. So small. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I don't feel like the retail model is for the hobby boxes. I don't think people going into I'm thinking Kmart, because that's where I went when I was a kid for retail.
Dude,
but
I don't
think
awesome
people.
That Kmart.
I know Kmart was the best. I could see them. I could see them getting a lot of, which isn't going to happen in this day and age, like discounted boxes that didn't sell like they used to back in the day. But I don't know. I just don't think that's the place where people are looking to spend that kind of money, unless it's a cheap hobby box, which they're, for retail, $100-something for a Topps hobby box is expensive for retail.
Do you know what happens to me? I'm always like, when I'm in a Target or Walmart, right? Like, I look for cards, and like 90% of the time I don't find them, right? And then when I do find them, I have like a panic attack, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, what box do I buy? Like, do I buy a box? Do I do this? Like, and then I just like freak out and I just walk away with no cards.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Has that ever happened to you guys?
If I wasn't doing content on it, I would buy very little, if any, boxes or retail or anything, because they're not. If you're trying to sell and flip cards, it's not a good idea.
That's the thing, is like, if I'm making more money
for business, like on content, or you're doing it for fun, then whatever.
I do for entertainment. You know what I mean? Or there are some like plays like the Topps boxing last year. If you got it for $100 a box, like when it was released, you could rip those and make money off every single box you rip. You know what I mean? There are certain boxes like that you have opportunity on.
What do we think? So, the layout of the Bowman basketball, which we talked about a little bit last week.
Yeah.
You know that's going to be Bowman, right? So it's not Bowman Chrome. From what I've been reading, is that so you know how Bowman baseball is?
Yeah.
Where it's paper and chrome? I think that this product release is going to be like that.
Which one? The one that's coming out today, or the one?
Yes, the one that tomorrow. Well, whenever it's dropping.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if you're referring to because the Bowman basketball they have up right now, it just shows paper and stuff like that. But
the one that we talked about, like where they're introducing college basketball, men's, women's, and NBA.
Gotcha. I understand. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. So apparently it's going to be some paper. It's not like Bowman Chrome, like where the whole product is all chrome.
So hold for that thought 1 second. I just had a thought, Cary, how much money do you think people spend at Walmart or Target when they go? Do you think they buy more than one mega box when they go?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if they buy. They
Yeah.
might buy multiple boxes. I don't know if people are buying two. I mean, people might be buying 2 or 3. Some people. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's your payday and you're working, and it's every 2 weeks or whatever, you go in and you buy a couple boxes and have fun. Like that's your hobby.
So that's what I look at it like this when I'm in my full panic attack mode and like my anxiety is through the roof. I'm like, maybe I should just buy 3 fat packs of different, sets as opposed to buying like one blaster, right? Like, so like I start like doing all the math. I'm like, what is my like calculations of the best possible chance of getting a pretty cool card or the most cards with spending the least amount of money? Like I just go through this whole thing, unless I'm like with Cary and Rod, and then I feel like I have to fit in and I buy a box just to buy one.
The reason I asked that question here is because if people are buying, and this is for the viewers, anyone out there listening, let us know on Spotify, let us know on YouTube. When you guys go to the store, how much money do you normally spend? Are you picking up one blaster, a mega? What's your average spending? Because if Topps has a direct distribution through there and can put hobby boxes in there, and those hobby boxes are like 100, 125 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark, then people would buy the hobby boxes because
yeah, but what hobby box costs that much money besides flagship?
Yeah, I mean, some of the lower stuff, Heritage, Bowman.
How much was Heritage this year?
200 something, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, 119. I bought it.
Oh.
And then they took away the cards and one less hit and all that, right?
They've been doing it for every product.
Yeah.
It's been an ongoing thing for years now. It's
just buy one
down that rabbit hole.
Just buy one blaster, get a Will Smith on card auto and a Shohei pink,
pool, and then, by the way,
and then retire.
That's retire.
Did you get your box already, Rob?
I did get it. Yeah, I got
it.
Did
you open it?
I did not open it. My dad. I have family.
Get ready for a clubhouse collection based on everything I'm seeing. Like people were opening cases and getting nothing but those.
when I'm down, like, because we haven't. But
you're coming to visit me. You're coming to visit me later in the summer.
Yeah, he's coming to visit me, and you're coming to visit me.
And then you're going to come to visit me. So
we're all visiting.
Can
everybody.
we do like is there? You guys gonna have like? So
do you want to rip product? Are you asking me if you can rip some product at my house?
Do you guys have like those box parties, right? Like they're like basically like hobby orgies. Do I get like free boxes, or do I have to bring back my own box, like and put it in the bowl with all the car keys and stuff?
And so, all right. So what he's talking about, I have a couple of like buddies here that we get together like once a month, and we just all buy boxes and we just rip boxes together. It's funny. Buster Chestnut won.
Do you wear clothes when you do this, though? Right?
Yes, of course we wear clothes.
Okay, so let me make sure that's.
So here's the thing:
I won't wear my clothes.
So Buster Chestnut, one of the members of the podcast here, told me he comes down to
That's
Florida
a channel right there, though. Box ripping with an appetite.
Well, I got a question for you. So it's funny. He sent me a message. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna come over do one of these box rips next time I'm down, stuff like that." So if he wants to come over and just sit in the corner and watch people, would he be a card cuck? Just sitting there watching people get screwed, open up boxes.
So,
I mean,
can you imagine if it was like a strip club and we were just like throwing out like base paper cards,
paper cards
instead of bills?
That would be fun.
I'm pretty sure like people probably are like trying to like pay for things with Shohei Ohtani's at this point.
So it's funny you brought that up, my friend. Did you actually brought up this to my attention earlier today? And let's put this on the screen here. Let's not talk about that. We get it up here on the screen because this is very interesting, and I think it's brilliant, to be honest with you, 100%. So, all right, Tim, I'll let you take the floor on this one.
I guess I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy's 1,000% not married, because there's no way your wife is gonna let you trade your F-250 for Shohei Ohtani cards.
His truck is worth between $8,500 and $10,000.
Is that card really worth, or is that truck worth?
It looks like it's in pretty good condition. I mean,
20 years old.
Yeah, that's the problem, and it's a Ford. You know what the Ford stands for,
200K
right?
miles.
You know what Ford stands for?
Found on road dead. I have a Ford, but
my first car ever was a 1988 Ford Ranger. That thing banged, bro.
My first car ever, 1966. Ford Fairlane.
Have any of you guys? I mean, over the years, have you guys done any interesting trades? Like, have you traded like other than like cards and stuff like that? Have you traded like other things for cool stuff? Like,
well, listen, I used to deal with a lot of geekers.
Yeah.
So people would try to trade me all types of crazy stuff for drugs, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different
Can you imagine
podcast.
if you were slinging dope right now, Tim? How much and you could how much cards you could
Oh,
potentially
dude,
get?
I would run literally a cocaine for Otani deal, like for sure, 1,000% right now.
Especially up in LA, bro. Oh man,
Oh, man.
you or
Clip
Miami,
it.
like crush it.
This is
Yeah.
a perfect way to push our podcast.
I probably should have That's probably the worst.
Earmuffs if you're listening with your family.
That's probably the worst time for me to wipe my nose there, but okay. Jeez.
I'm working on like a series right now on YouTube where I'm trading like a paperclip up to my dream card, and my dream card is a 1986-87 Michael Jordan rookie. It's one I've always wanted.
I hate you so much. It's
How's that one going? Are you doing good? Where are you at?
I'm
right
actually
now?
doing good though. I got liquid cash up until today. Well, I spent all my money over the weekend, but I already gained $250 back. But I will tell you
all your money on.
Oh well, I can show you something here. I actually got a cool little card, probably the coolest card.
Let's get Bobby Jr. the third truck here off the TV.
Off the screen here.
That guy, the person who's trading that his name has to be Bobby Jr. the third.
It's probably like Dick, is my guess. Probably is.
Oh,
Richard.
man. Richard, yes. So I'm trying to see if I can pick up the card here. But while I look for this card, how'd you guys' card show go this weekend? You guys get anything good?
Well, I crushed it.
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you, like I basically was like, I wasn't working, but I was helping out. Like I got an event staff badge, and I was doing a lot of promo cuts because my two buddies who put this show together, it's their first card show ever, and it was phenomenal. Like the experience of it. And it was called I-95 Card Fest. And now I kind of understand why it was called Fest, because it had a festival vibe to it. So like the show was inside a giant warehouse, and it was like in like a warehouse district. So like in the back, it was like a big parking lot. They had Red Bull there, giving out free Red Bulls. They had 3 food trucks. So day 1, I had the brisket burger. Day 2, I had lamb tacos. Both phenomenal. You can find those shorts coming out on my Married with an Appetite page soon enough.
Tim.
But they had a DJ, and the DJ was outside. So like the music wasn't inside in the card show area. But like a lot of families were there. And I always tell people, one of the biggest things about card shows is if you can bring your family there, you're doing good. Because instead of somebody being like, I can only come for a couple hours, instead I can bring my whole family and spend the whole day there. Like that's a big difference in attending for a card show.
Dude, I was in Vegas, dude. There was one show I went to. It had showgirls walking around.
Yeah, see, that's...
they were clothed, but I mean, that was like a Vegas thing, I guess. But
It's a Vegas thing for sure.
Yeah.
But it was the atmosphere.
You literally just described a rave. It was in a warehouse. They had Red Bull, and they literally had a DJ.
You were making deals for Otani cards.
That vibe was really dope, and like it was a lot of Pokemon and TCG.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I had this conversation with a pretty well-known member in the hobby on Twitter, Junk Wax Queen Ashley, and she posted a picture of a card show that she went to this weekend, and she said it was like night and day compared to the show last weekend, and the show this weekend was sports card only. Now the TCG people are buying tables. TCG buyers are coming to shows. Like it's a big deal, So like
Absolutely.
That whole thing is very interesting. So like they're bringing the crowd with TCG. Now it was like 50-50. It was a 2-day event. So day 2 there were more sports card vendors than there were day 1. But I did really well. I bought 200 cards the day 1. So like that, and day 2 I bought like 80 cards. So like I did good, and it just, to me, like everything about the show was done well for somebody's first show. It's just very interesting. But like seeing it from like I got there, like I woke up at like 5:30 on Saturday to like get there like early at 7 and see if they needed any help, and just being there to see how that whole thing works. It's a lot goes into a card show, but it's like being a part of that and helping made me really, really want to do Bangtown. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really, really want to do Bangtown card show just because it's so much fun. Like seeing like card shows are fun, right? And I think sometimes we make it a little bit more stressful than it is because it's so important to our business, right? But like I was able to like have fun, network, shop, and help and do all these things and be a part of something. And to me, that was super cool. You know,
if we do Bangtown, I do want to say this: we need a DJ, but he's not going to play music. He's just every 5 to 10 minutes, he's just gonna do like a little scratch on the record, and he's just gonna go Bangtown. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So
just remind you where you are.
Did the DJ take away from the show? Because I've been at
shows not at all. That's what was so cool was that it was outside, like where like
DJ was outside.
The festival part was like where the food trucks were and the Red Bull and all that stuff.
That combination,
basketball hoop out there.
That's cool because like then you can have a whole family atmosphere and you do this stuff. I just hate the DJs, and I've been to shows where DJs have been respectful and stuff like that. But like depending on where you are in the show, like if you're up by the DJ, then the music's playing, even if it's not super loud. A lot of the vendors
ruins the show if you're doing content. I'll say that much.
Well, yeah, that also too sucks. You know, doing that aspect of it. But that's cool, man. I'm glad to hear that.
And I found a couple of crazy cards. Obviously.
Oh, show us. Do you have a?
I also don't feel like. Here's the thing about like music and DJs at a card show. I don't think anybody wants that. Who wants a DJ at a card show? Like for real.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that like in this?
Like, where's that a plus?
It was outside. So like
no, that's totally different because that's like. Yeah. A relaxing area where you can eat and listen.
And people can do trades and stuff like that out there.
That's what I should have been more clear. I think that makes perfect sense. I mean, like inside the venue where you're like where you're looking for cards.
I don't mind it necessarily. I think what Rod is saying it makes sense. Like if it's done the right way, like
yes.
It's not doesn't bother me because I love music, especially if you're there all day. Like having a little bit of tunes kind of gives you a little bit of a.
I wonder if it's like for the vendors a little bit too, just so they can stay like focused and in a good mood and stuff. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I see vendors. A lot of vendors have their own like little like Bluetooth speaker, or they're listening to like. You know what I noticed the most? Soccer vendors, and I found some good soccer cards this weekend. But soccer vendors always have soccer games on their phones or their tablets or their computers when they're vending because so much soccer is played early Saturday mornings. Yeah. So all the people who have majority of soccer cards, yep, that's the big find right there.
So explain this to people.
So that, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've never seen that card before. Number one. Number two, I had no idea how valuable it was. I just knew that it was a variation. So, but that's the super short print.
Okay, explain to the audience here, because that looks like a normal card for a lot of people. What was the signs, or what can people look for stuff like this that would maybe help them dig through bargain boxes? Like, how did you know?
If it doesn't, I mean, like, obviously I've seen so many cards before. So, like, I know what his rookie card looks like. I knew that wasn't his rookie card.
Oh, okay. So you knew just because you had the knowledge of his regular card already. Then
yeah, exactly. How you knew. But, okay, like, if it doesn't, majority of cards now, outside of some sets, like Stadium Club, their cards are are action shots.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times you could tell by it just not being an action shot. So like, but also the codes. So Topps Chrome has codes. They have a code on all the cards. All cards have a code on the bottom back of them. The last 3 digits will be different for a short print variation, and then they have a different code for the super short prints.
Yep.
And this was a super short print.
And they're so hard to see though. Like they're so hard to see. Neither.
Oh yeah, I mean you have to use. I use a jewelry loop.
Yeah.
Or you could use your phone and zoom in. But like those cards, that card is impossible to find. There are none listed on the market. And even to find it searching sold comps is difficult because some people list it as a SP not knowing that's a super short print. So there were sold comps for like 175, 250. I think this one they took a best offer for 175. But there was another one for 289. So I actually sold it to a friend for 200 cash on the next day at the card.
Here's an example. Like this is a good example of a card where comps really don't matter. that much. I mean, it gives you a general idea. You could sell that for 200, right? You could sell it for 175, but theoretically you could have put that maybe above 300. And since none's available, somebody may have come who wanted that and paid.
And then
up for
people
it
were like,
they can't get it.
Oh,
what the heck?
Sorry, wrong button.
I posted it to social media, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, and it's this whole thing because he's starting the league in the minors, and it got announced like the day I found that card, and people were like, "Oh, he's a bust," and this and that. I'm like, people don't understand baseball the same as like other stuff. Like, yeah, he's starting off in the minors. I saw this whole guy going this whole spiel, like listing all of his at bats and everything like that. And I'm like, he's had a couple of injuries, which did not help him get like those at bats. And I think the reason why they're starting him in the minor leagues is because they want him to play every day, right? And like a lot of guys do that. And you look at Gunnar Henderson. I remember when Gunnar Henderson got called up, and he was batting like 200. He didn't strike out a lot, but like he was batting like 200. Same with Jackson Holiday. And then Gunnar Henderson turned it around and ended up winning Rookie of the Year. Now look at Gunnar Henderson. Like baseball is a very different sport when it comes to like production than other sports. So like
we're gonna go back to that here in a second because I do have some stuff I want to talk more, like dig down deep on that too.
Yeah, and so for me, like it was a risky buy, and I told the vendor, who's a friend of mine, I was like, I will do like 175, 180 for you, because he's like, I'm gonna give you 200 cash. Next time you give me, because he buys a lot of prospects from me. Next time I buy a prospect a lot from you, just take care of me, which I didn't mind at all. Because like I'm selling to somebody I know. I know they're taking a risk and this and that. Like if I was gonna list it on eBay, I would have listed it for 250, right? Yeah. So like, and then people came for my neck, talking about, oh, like your ethics, you're horrible. You have no ethical or ethics.
Morals, ethics,
ethical morals, and like they were like, you should have told the person, and oh my god.
But you didn't
know. Then they were like, you. Well, I mean, yeah, but I knew it wasn't a base card. I knew it wasn't a $2 card.
Yeah, but how much? What do you think that card was worth? $40, $50
at tops. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But this one guy was like, and I was like, listen, if you want to have that opinion, that's fine. It's not my job to price vendors' cards, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have that opinion, that's fine, but don't judge me, because like I do a lot of nice stuff for kids. I do good stuff for the hobby. I'm a good guy in this world. Okay, don't judge me. And he was like, oh, so you're like Robin Hood then? You steal from the people who can afford it and you give to the poor. And I'm like, who's stealing? I'm not stealing. I paid for it.
The sticker. Yeah. You paid the sticker.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't pay the sticker. I got a little bit.
You should have just stopped there. You should have just stopped there, right? I know.
Hey, no, you paid.
For his throat. Yeah. Teach him a lesson in the comments down below.
And so then I replied with a gif of Robin Hood blowing a kiss. And,
so I will tell you this: there's a vendor I buy for, at the one of the card shows I went to this weekend, and he told me, watching my video, he watches my videos and stuff, but he said, he goes, I appreciate what you guys do, because if you guys are willing to spend the time and dig through my boxes and buy a card for $2 and flip it for 20 or $50, that's more power to you. Absolutely, you deserve to do that, because I'm not putting it. He goes, as a vendor, I'm not putting the time in to dig through these boxes again. I've already priced them.
That was one of the big things I mentioned too when I was dealing with people on social media. They said I was rubbing it in the vendor's face. And I said, you've got it completely twisted. This isn't a post that's gotcha. It's more of this is the fruit of my hard work post.
Or this is what's possible if you dig.
Exactly.
If you strive to learn the game more and more, you find these.
It's not a I gotcha moment or rub it in your face. It's a teaching moment. It's it's my medal. Okay, that's my medal.
That's
my participation trophy.
Yeah. So
I also found a home field advantage. I bought 198 cards.
This is the part where Tim just trails off, and
I bought 283 total cards day one. I mean, both days combined.
Tim,
right?
One thing you would think this is episode 63. You would think that you would just have your list next to your desk by the time we go to film this.
No, I'm in the middle of so much right now. So I bought 283 cards. I spent $307. So that's $1.08 per card. But I sold one card for $200.
That's awesome, man.
So in essence, I bought 282 cards for $207. Of those 282 cards, I listed 41, and I finished listing them all this morning. So I listed 41. So there's some bangers in there, you know what I'm saying, that were worth my listing. I mean, I'm not listing anything below $10, you know, and even the $10 cards, I've got to the point where I'm running those live most of the time on dibditcards.com, America's favorite place to buy and sell trading cards, allegedly. But like, unless they're super niche, like Juan Gonzalez, Lord of the Diamonds, Topps Chrome Refractor, like that's probably not going to do well in a live sale, but that's a nasty card.
That's a card that it's going to go to the audience that's collected in the 1990s that are big Juan Gonzalez fans. They're going to want that card. Like, absolutely. Dude, I will tell you, that is a big play because, like, this is one card I picked. I paid $30 just because I bought a bunch of cards for it. But, like, I picked up the Ken Griffey Jr. Dude, these are selling.
How much did you pay for it?
30.
And they're selling for what, like 50 right now?
50 to 60 right now.
Yeah.
So, like, but, like, that's a play. So, I will say, like, going through cards, when you're at card shows and you see a booth that has like all modern cards and they have stuff from like the 90s in there, man, you know, that's a play that you can make because a lot of those cards that they're not selling, and you can really, you know, especially if you're buying other stuff from them, make some deals in that stuff because a lot of that stuff they get just because it came in collections and they're just putting it out there because it has some value.
Man, I was talking to these kids there, and their job is to buy for repackers.
Yep.
And they're kids. They're literal kids. I also heard a kid tell a vendor on Saturday that money talks. So that was pretty interesting to hear from. I was like, how old are you, dude? He's like 13. I'm like, what are we doing here? And then, so like this kid is buying cards for repacks. And like I was like, why don't you buy this Dylan Cruz for me? And he's like, you know, I don't know. I don't really do baseball, you know, like I'm down. And I'm like, I saw him pay up money for a Jalen Walker card. And I'm like, this is a sign that shows you that some of these people who are buying repacks are buying the card and not even the player. Because that dude's like going to go to jail probably. Was
it like a case hit micro mosaic?
I think it was like an auto, like a low numbered auto, but it was like he paid like $30 for it. I'm like, dude, there's no way anybody's buying that card right now except for you. But anyways, he literally, I saw him with a Sharpie marker writing on the cases, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like I'm talking to this kid. This one's a little bit older. He's not like 13. He's probably like 16, maybe 18 at most. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, what? I'm like, he's like, I write on the cases all the time. He's like, I write on the slabs too. He's like, he buys a slab from somebody and he writes on the slab how much you pay for. I'm like, oh, dude, what are we doing?
Does the slab have a bag on it?
No bag. Right on the slab, he wrote with a Sharpie marker.
It comes right off though if you use a little alcohol. So I get it why he's doing it. He's writing down what his buy cost is so he doesn't forget, and then that way he knows at the end.
Because like he gets a percentage of the value from the repackers that he's buying for.
Yep. So interesting you brought this up because when I was at the card show this weekend, I had multiple dealers that actually asked, they listened to this podcast, that had said to me, they said that we had a debate about do repackers matter and stuff like that. And a couple of the dealers said, they go, hey, I listened to your podcast, just to let you guys know, like if it wasn't for repackers, a lot of the stuff that we put in the dollar boxes or in the value boxes, we would actually spend more time pricing that stuff up. Because now we don't care because when we buy collections, we're taking out the top end stuff because we know we can move that stuff to repackers.
Maybe,
but dude, this is verbatim.
I know that's what they're saying, but I've been in cards forever. There's always been bargain boxes. There's always stuff people don't want to deal with.
But I understand that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Let's say if repackers go away, then that low end, right? That low end that they're not going through goes, you know, they price it out more. But I don't know who's going to pay the prices they price it out at. That's a whole nother question. But beyond that then that would mean the stuff that's a lower tier below that, maybe like some junk wax stuff that's cool, that price is going to go up too. Well, and then you're going to find that in the bargain box. There's always going to be something to flip in a bargain box unless everybody wants to price everything.
That's not what I was getting at. I wasn't saying that we wouldn't have bargain boxes. That wasn't what I was getting at. He said that though. They said they would probably buy less collections and buy less stuff, and they would spend more time pricing out some of the stuff they do have. So it would just slow down the entire process.
Here's the thing, like
I came around a little bit because I told Rod that like I understand the trickle down effect of the repackers. Yeah. I'm also like agree with what Cary's saying is that like
I agree too.
It's almost like the whole, you know, as we're all pickers and resellers, right? It's almost like the whole like, oh, is AI going to kill reselling, or are, you know, thrift stores, is people putting stuff and changing stuff. Like, is that going to affect picking? No, because there's always going to be people who are having yard sales. There's always going to be people at the flea market who are going to sell stuff because they want to get rid
Here's
of it.
the thing, too. People, the way the hobby is right now, it won't be this way in a year or 2 or 3. And we might not know how it's going to pivot or how it's going to change. But the fact that the way things are happening right now with repackers is not going to continue the way it is right now. I can't imagine it is. That's my opinion. It's going to it could accelerate, I guess, technically. It could decelerate. It could go away completely, which I doubt, but that's possible. It wasn't here 5 years ago like it is right now. So, I mean, I think all we had, that's why I love being a bargain boxer. It's like we're a small mom and pop shop where, like a Walmart or a Target has to move like a monolith and can barely, it takes them longer to pivot with the market. We can always adjust super quick to whatever's happening because it's the low end.
I would tell you guys, this is very interesting because my dad's visiting me right now and he has some cards. My dad buys into, breaks or repacks. He used to do that, all last year and stuff like that. So he had a stack of cards. So on Friday, I took him to a card show. Here's an interesting thing about repackers. If it's the week following a Dallas card show, they said they're very limited on buying because about buying higher end stuff. They're mostly a lot of the people that we went up that normally buy were a lot more picky because they came from the Dallas card show. So if you guys are trying to sell cards, you guys may not want to try to flip it right after the weekend of a Dallas card show because a lot of those bigger dealers that buy all the time for repacks.
Or try to sell somebody David Wright out of 5 auto.
yeah, there you go.
Just don't do that at all.
But the funny thing is this is what he told me. He said that when we get back from the Dallas card show, they were only buying football cards from 10 to 30 for repacks or baseball from 2 to 600 because like that was like the gap they needed. But
10 to 30 football cards?
Yeah, for like smaller, like lower dollar.
Came to my football clearance show on dibditcards.com.
So Cary, to answer what you were saying there about about the market change and stuff, that there is someone who does repacks that I was told that is signing a deal with a major retailer and they wanted like 50,000 repacks from them. And the people at the show I talked to this weekend, they told me too, is like they can't buy enough cards for repacks, that this stuff moves so fast for them now and stuff like that. So
is that sorry, dude, this is something that just came to me. Is this long term like a real competitor for someone like Topps on the retail shelves, for example, long term? Because I'm seeing more and more of these repack, like really small, cheap repack products at Target. But like I could imagine like some of these companies, whoever they are, because since they don't need the license because they're repacking stuff, right? Yeah. They could just make all different levels of repacks and compete with Target on the hobby. Obviously, they're already doing that, but also on the retail shelves.
So do you know what I think may be happening? We may see down the line. I don't have this confirmed or anything, but like,
why doesn't Panini do it? Just make a bunch of repacks. But I'm not even joking.
No, I know, but it's funny to think about because
think of it this way. So you go to a grocery store, right? You have a Raisin Bran, but then you have like the off-brand Raisin Bran. But every grocery store has their off-brand but it's still what's
the best off-brand cereal? Fruit Rings.
It's probably made by the same company. That's what
it's made in the same factory, bro.
Exactly, correct. Yeah. So I could see
the same product, probably.
Yes, right, 100%. They just put a different brand on it. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is like I could see that where we move to a model where there is like these big companies that are buying stuff up for repacks, and they're just supplying a Walmart repack, a Target repack, a Dick's Sporting Goods, because Dick's Sporting Goods are rolling out their own repacks right now. The full checklist, stuff like that. So that might be where we're moving to down the line.
What do you think the percentage of repack raw versus graded is?
So, as in, like, what do you mean? Like, what's the
percentage of cards that are in repacks that are graded versus raw?
I think it's hard to say because I think the bigger companies that are doing it right, I say that there's going to be more graded than raw. Just the fact is you can gauge it's easy for them to determine the value of it. Like if I show you PSA 9 or if I show you a raw card, like you can debate a raw card on the value, where PSA 9, you can go online and say, okay, PSA 9 selling for XYZ.
So shouldn't the PSA bros be more upset at repackers than people grading base cards? Because aren't the repackers clogging up the PSA more than like normal people?
So it's funny you said that. So I have a submission to PSA. Listen to this. And I don't think it's clogged up anymore because I shipped my cards out to PSA on January 21st for the bulk, which is supposed to be 95 days, right? and it was estimated to get back June 5th. And I got an email saying it's shipping back to me right now. We're March 23rd. So it's shipping back to me almost 6 weeks earlier now. So I think they are getting caught up on their stuff.
They're probably going to get a whole bunch of cards back that were like, trimmed and stuff like that, and they didn't grade them.
I hope not.
That's why it got back so fast, because they're like, oh, we don't even have to grade these. These are fake.
Why would you throw that out there, man? Don't put that juju on me, bro. Like, what is wrong with you?
Like, yeah, dude.
So, Cary,
you just sent a bunch of those 1983 Topps Knight Rider cards. Those are notorious for being cut, dude. You got to be careful.
I saw one of my favorite card shows in the world, the Slade Show. I saw which is the Glen Burnie Sports Card Show. I saw a clip of some kids so they bought some Downtowns or Kabooms wrestling, I think, from a vendor at this card show, and they do primarily wrestling cards at the show, and they sent them the PSA and they came back fake.
Wow.
And the guy was pissed off, so he went to the vendor at the card show and threw them in the PSA slabs and the PSA, like, they send a piece of the whatever
the label on top of it. Yeah,
he threw them all on the table and was like, "I want my money back. You sold me fake cards." And apparently there was another kid that was there too. This is all recorded on like Meta Glasses, which is like the super popular thing now here in this area. Everybody's doing card shows with Meta Glasses. I can't supposed to do that?
I've been doing them, man.
I know you have.
Oh, I got my Metas right here.
How am I supposed to do it with I can't see though. Can I put them over my glasses?
You can get prescriptions.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm already.
You can also put them over your glasses if you want.
I'm trying to get bootleg.
Tim's gonna be seeing double.
I'm trying to get. Go get
the MySpace version of those.
Anyways, so basically, like, and the kid, there was a younger adult kid, maybe vending. He called his dad because his dad is the one that's really in charge. And like the guy is like talking to the guy's dad on the phone, and he's like, "I need my money back." Right. And like, so then they went and I heard them talk about bringing the show promoter over and everything. And like, eventually, like, the guy wanted his money back and the grading costs. Because I guess they charge you for that, even if they come back fake, right?
It happened to me when I had I bought a mystery box like a long time ago. They guaranteed you get one autograph in the box. And I got the Stan Lee book. And I sent to Beckett, and he came back. Beckett couldn't authenticate it. So like, I was pissed. I reached back out.
What happened? What happened though?
Tim,
because I mean, I could see like somebody going, no. I'm not saying they should.
The dude Venmo'd him $1,200 back.
Oh, wow, good.
And somebody in the comment section was like, "Oh well, this is how these scammers do. They make all these fake cards and they sell all these fake cards because they're like, let's say 50% of the people are just keeping it for their collection and not sending it to get graded. They're never going to know. And then the other 50%, then if they come back, you give them their money back, but you're still up 50% on all the stuff that you sold, the fakes."
But it doesn't make sense being a vendor to sell fakes. Like, that makes me think that maybe he bought for someone else that didn't know.
Yeah, so this is in the video, you hear the guy tell the kid, "Well, I can't get my money back from the person I bought it from."
Yeah.
But then the other kid who bought fake cards from him said that the guy told him that he opened them himself. He ripped them himself.
Oh.
So there's a little bit of a discrepancy in the stories that he's telling different people.
It just, like, I could see people walking around shows selling cards to the dealer stuff and then selling fake cards. Like, that would probably be the way for them to get away
who doesn't ever have to worry about that?
You?
Us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe me.
I don't ever have to worry about
who's faking an Elite Dominator's John Olerud in the most protective case ever invented? I could run this over with a car.
That's like the Nikon, not the Nikon. That's like the Nokia phone that had Snake on it.
Bro,
those phones are indestructible.
I know, bro.
Shout out to Frank the Tank, one of our members. He will tell you all about that Nokia. He used to throw him across the room.
Cary, did you how are the comments on that? Because when I posted mine up saying that these were ridiculous, the big screw down cases, man, people came for me in the comments. They were not happy with me. Like, that's what we used back in the day. Like, we love these things. Like,
it's such a different era. Like, it
is
was right when people were thinking, maybe we should protect these suckers. But everybody also is like I call it like the plaque era, where every card needed a plaque. Like,
shout out Greg Olson.
Exactly.
Ben McDonald.
Exactly. Like, I grew up in SoCal, so if you didn't have a Tim Salmon, ultra rookie or whatever, a top stadium club rookie in one of these hung up on your wall, then you weren't serious. But yeah, this stuff it's interesting. I've got to get it out though. I had to order a screwdriver on Amazon because apparently I don't have a screwdriver that works.
That's a cool pickup. I saw your video. You got a bunch of those, man. I was like really pumped.
Yeah, I just went after the cheap ones because I thought that was where he would, because he bought a lot on Whatnot. He was telling me he bought it for the King Griffey Jr., which, believe it or not, the King Griffey Jr. is only worth like $150. But Albert Bell,
still super cool.
These are cool though. Numbered to 5,000 back when that mattered. And we were talking about Wangan right there. Here's Wangan.
Yeah.
So the regular elites were at a 10,000.
Yeah, the elite series were.
Yeah, that's a gold border on it, and then these are the green border, which are out of 5,000, right?
Yeah, and I still think the elite series are probably more desirable, even though they're big print run. I think it's just the more iconic one.
All right, you guys have seen this, but I got.
Could you imagine pulling that in 1993? We would have been like 8 or 9. I would have cried.
I pulled the Barry Bonds Elite at a 10,000 when I was that age, and it was I having a big screw down case myself. That was my holy grail as like a 10-year-old back then, because
could you imagine that, dude? Just opening that, then turn on the TV, and then watching Razor Ramon and the 1, 2, 3 kid in the Royal Rumble. Oh my gosh,
life was good. Let me tell you,
good time, man.
Dude. So this is my favorite pickup of the weekend, bro. This right here, dude. Game used Muhammad Ali, Pele, Walter Payton, and Willie Mays. So the reason I would bring this up is, guys, do not overlook Leaf, because Leaf does some really good things sometimes. This is out of 25, but like, where else you can get a game used of all 4 of those people on a card? You know what I mean? Like, so that was my favorite pickup of the weekend. There, I got a great deal on it. Yeah, I
want to get one of my Grail cards is going to be a Pele. I want to get like an old Pele card one day.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome, man. Like, that's right up
I
there.
almost asked somebody to the card show this weekend if I took the card out of the One Touch, would it take $10 off?
That's funny.
I want a Greg Ostertag game used jersey. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it around, play ball in it.
So Tim,
I got to meet George Mirasan.
You did,
dude. Did you get him to sign a VHS copy of My Giant?
No, I got him to sign my bobblehead box.
Jeez, Cary, you pulled that one out. Man, that's awesome.
I looked it up yesterday. I'm like, what movie was he in with freaking Billy Crystal? Sorry, go ahead. George Mirasan. I want to hear about him.
Yeah, I got him to sign the bobblehead box.
Dude, you should have had him do a picture like you were Muggsy Bogues and have like he's palming your head or whatever he did back in the day.
It's he's a good guy though. He's a legend here in DC.
Does he live in DC or does he still live in DC?
Local.
Awesome.
He still goes to a lot of the Wizards games, who have lost 16 games in a row again.
Tim, so we've talked about the Bowman stuff earlier. So look, it's up for sale right now. So it's 5 cards per pack, 6 packs per box. You get 3 autographs per box, but it's all the March Madness cards. So
how much are they for a box?
$275. We are getting a strictly college basketball product, which we thought we weren't getting one.
A Bowman unit, that's kind of not a terrible idea to make it a boxed product where you get I don't hate that idea.
Everything's based on March Madness. All the relics, everything else.
Do you think they're going to combine Bowman in football though? Bowman.
You know what? It's a good.
I can see it with basketball, because basketball might not have been a strong enough product to sit on its own anymore.
Yeah. So I think they will. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the Bowman U basketball product that comes out, that's going to be the best product of the year.
I don't disagree with you. I think it's going to
be. The design, that Bowman design is perfect for basketball cards.
It looks great.
You're adding all the. And I might be a little bit biased because.
Did you get a case of graphite tennis, Rod?
No, I did not. I'm trying to find the Bowman. Here it is.
Sorry, I keep interrupting, but
you're good, man.
That was too good. You could have let that one slide by, Cary.
Oh no, here it is.
But they're doing all the baseball,
right
look at that. Ooh. You got the crystallized case hits.
Look at those parallels look really good, man.
It's like their version of the Color Blast in a way. You know what I mean? With the crystallized kind of.
But that's a Bowman case hit. In baseball, you're gonna have the animes, garbage pails.
Yeah,
I love that Ace Bailey card. Looks sick.
Dude, the Ace Bailey card.
The spotlights.
Yeah.
The Repackers.
Yeah,
bro.
I want a card. I want a card of like.
Click on that Bill Russell card.
You can't click on it.
We should
God,
do
what are you
the no
doing,
bangers,
Tom?
guys. We should be in full tracksuit kind of stuff, like warm up gear and do.
Oh, dude,
That
how
would look
awesome would that be to have no banger tracksuits?
I
Oh my
love
God.
these. These
The
are awesome.
animes.
Yeah, with the TV, like coming out of the TV, the old.
You know
like,
what set that is?
55 Bowman.
Yeah,
Yeah, the baseball.
yeah.
It's
So,
also
like,
they also Upper Deck did something in the 90s that was like that. UD3, I think.
but dude, like having all those case hits from baseball in that set is just. If you guys haven't, I reposted it on Twitter. Gaby absolutely nailed a breakdown on. He did like a 1 minute short on that product and what it means, and like everything else, and he nailed it. Like there's nobody else needed to do any other content because he just hit it so perfectly about like what this set means moving forward for everybody. And then somebody else did a complete breakdown of like how many are like the release and everything like that. So it's gonna be fairly interesting.
I think there's an argument that it might be the first Topps basketball set that, in my opinion, outside of the flagship Chrome and Topps flagship, that really is going to mean something. Like there's been so much. Like I don't know if anybody cares about Topps 3. I mean that stuff looks terrible. And then there's like Midnight looks good, but I don't know if it's caught on with the hobby yet. But I can see Bowman, and it differentiates itself from flagship by having the prospects in there. So I could see Bowman, just like it is in baseball.
What do we think
Different
it's going to
than Topps.
cost?
Ooh, too
Hobby
much.
box.
So last year, I think I paid $269 a hobby box. So I'm expecting to be around the 275, 300 range. I think probably somewhere in the ballpark.
For
But you got to remember that product that you bought was an all chrome product.
That's true. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. So yeah, this one's not going to be.
If this is true from what I've been reading,
there's chrome in this one.
Yeah, but it's not all
it's
chrome.
a paper product with chrome as like an insert or parallel kind of thing, right?
It's just like Bowman baseball.
Every picture they have shown on here is Bowman chrome. It says chrome on it. Even the Bill Russell first Bowman.
Well, that's a case hit. That's why.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, I don't know. Good question.
That does
even
the price though.
The first Bowman is
they're showing you all the chrome. They're not going to show you the paper.
Here's how I determine what I think Topps is going to price their products at. I think of a price that's like, there's no way I'm going to pay that.
Yes.
And then I add $100.
So, well, in my case, you probably have to add $200.
That's funny.
I'm like, I'd be comfortable at 130. It's going to be 230.
So we've been talking on this podcast, speaking about Bowman, for the longest time about these damn ping pong balls for the draft. So I don't know what got into me. Last night at 1:00 in the morning, I woke up and I was like, I need to search Card Ladder, see if any of these have sold. So I actually found sold comps now on these ping pong balls for you.
Yeah, there's a few that have recently started to surface.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a card I still haven't seen. I haven't seen a Firefractor.
Bro, but they're just the redemption cards. That's all it is.
Yeah, so but I've seen a few physical copies surface since I made that post.
Okay. Yeah, because these are selling for like someone sold for $16,000 and then
those are new ones too.
There's two.
Draft.
Wait, there's two Seth Hernandez, one of ones.
Yeah, I don't know if they put it back up for sale.
Yeah, that might have been what happened.
Yeah, because that's
realize he undersold it and then put it back up.
Or are they selling each half as a 1-1?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it's interesting. They even put the ball up there, the number of the ball and stuff. But yeah, this is what I found last night. I was like, I got to show Tim this. So interesting.
So those are all from 25 Bowman draft, though, right?
Yep.
There's no 24s.
Yeah, nothing else. So interesting.
Can you look up Bowman Firefractor? I still haven't seen one of these before. You got this fancy site here that you're using.
Well, Bowman Fire is going to get you other stuff.
Yeah. Fractor, not fracture.
Firefracture.
Wait, how do you spell Faractor?
Fractor.
T-O-R, fractor. There we go. Dude,
that's how much of a noob Rod is. He doesn't know how to spell fractor.
I don't spell anything.
Oh, Firefractor, bro.
That is.
Dude, that's a sick card.
It's a sick card, right?
And then the autos too.
Ooh.
That's not it.
Dude, Richard Maddock, that's a great name if he's any good, because you just call him Automatic.
Yeah. That one I feel like undersold. But
Wait, that's what is it? A PSA what?
10.
10,
sold
number
for
to
how
3.
much?
$102. At a 3 at auction. Probably because it was at auction. That's why. So
That is. I mean,
Raws are selling for 100. You know what I mean? Like,
but those are the only examples. That's crazy.
unless there's other ones down here. Oh, here there's other ones.
Edward, yeah, he's a dog too.
Yeah.
Quintero.
Speak about
Those
looking
look
things
good. I mean, with the amount of random parallels they do, that's a really good looking one.
So this was sent to me yesterday, and I don't know if someone at the company was trying to troll or what they were doing, but look at this card right here. You see this card?
Yes.
Why does Helen Keller, who can't see or is deaf and blind, have a blank piece of paper for her relic? What were they doing?
Maybe there's bumps on there that braille, and we just can't see it.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Braille.
maybe.
That's actually probably a good point.
I don't see any on there. But
I want to steep this in some allegedness, because this is all allegedly. But if you read the back of those cards, those things are so random. Like, they could be just something that somebody wrote about somebody in a book attributed to the person.
yeah, it has nothing to
They're
do with
cool looking cards, though.
Yes,
sometimes.
but it has nothing to do with the actual person. You know, it has to do with like the time frame and stuff like that.
It could, but I feel like if it was, we would get very clear paperwork, saying that it was on it. So
here's
gotta read the back of those.
I gotta wait for Tim to come back to show this one here. But
shout out to Nick. He said Chris Sabo deserves goggle cards.
What's some more ones like that? Like a Slick Watch headband.
Yeah, headband
card.
for sure.
Dude, I want a Keith Van Horn.
We talked about this before. Richard Hamilton's mask.
Keith Van Horn high socks card. Oh.
So Tim, you got me on X now. You got me hanging out for looking at all the hard stuff.
Nobody calls it X.
Well, Twitter. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyway, this is what I came across this morning. Someone filed the trademark for this right here. You know what this is?
They're Barista Brawl. So they're having it's like an espresso.
Yeah,
like a latte off.
Yeah, it's in Australia. They have like 25,000 followers on like.
Oh,
IG.
They're cards.
Yeah,
they're making barista cards.
They filed the trademark to make cards. So shout out to Paul Lesko.
I was a barista once. If you guys didn't know that,
I did know that. That's why I brought it up. That's why the whole reason.
Sign me up for some barista cards.
So how interesting is it? They have a coffee making contest where they're doing this, but they actually filed the trademark to make their own cards. So what do you think about that?
I think it's awesome. I want more stuff like this. I would like fencing cards.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you know what, Tim? There's something else that you're gonna really love, and I had to show you this.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question though first, guys.
Yeah, because this is about cards.
You guys know I've been going crazy with Darius Acuff Jr. Like I've been on a streak.
Yes.
The base cards are going bonkers now. Now I wish this is one of those moments where I wish I would have held, but we don't hold cards. We sell cards, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He dropped 36 points the other night to advance. I found a base card at the card show for $1. I have it up for $25 right now. Somebody just sent me an offer for $20. Do I just take it?
Yeah,
yes,
it,
absolutely.
Bro. Yes.
What'd you pay for it?
$1.
There you go.
Take it. Take your profits. Don't wait for him to have a dud game. He may not, but just take your profit. You won.
Because Tim, you're gonna need that money for this right here, because I know how big of a Dinosaur fan you are.
Oh yeah, dude.
God. Do you see these?
Look at that.
Dude, these are freaking awesome. This might be one of the best releases of the year. They're released in June 26th. But man, shout out to the Hobby Nonsense. Dude, but look at this. Like, these cards look sick. If you guys didn't know,
PSA won't grade them because they're fake.
If you guys don't know, Tim doesn't believe in dinosaurs, so I had to bring this up to kind of bust his balls and give him a hard time here. But
so wait, are the bones?
Shout out to Dave. Dave was posting all those videos in our group chat about.
Yeah. Are the bones fake?
I don't know. Good question.
We probably shouldn't get into it.
The concept of dinosaurs are fake. It's all made up for money, propaganda. This is just feeding. This is like prime propaganda for the dinosaur conspiracy right here.
I figured I'd get Tim going on that one, as always.
Yeah, big dinosaur.
Big dinosaur, 1,000%. Ask Chad. Let me just for one second. I don't know if he's gonna be able to come up with an answer, but we're gonna try. Okay.
Why
Chad, quick question. How much money is made yearly solely off of dinosaurs? Take all the companies who have anything to do with dinosaurs that sell anything that's dinosaur related and tell me how much money, estimate wise, people make a year off of dinosaurs.
Can't hear it.
Thinking.
Is it thinking?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Well, you got to let the audience know that it's thinking so that they don't know why we have silence right now. But
they could hear the.
This next thing,
that's a really
revenue from dinosaur-related industries can range widely. Dinosaur-themed toys in the UK alone reached about $65 million in a year. Fossil auctions bring in tens of millions annually, while dinosaur museums and theme parks can generate hundreds of millions. When you include major media franchises like Jurassic Park, which can top $1 billion per film, the entire dinosaur economy easily adds up to billions per year globally.
that doesn't prove anything. That just says
I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about the dinosaur economy, man. They're making billions of dollars a year,
and we're gonna get awesome cards because of it. And I'm so happy.
We're sitting here just talking about pictures of dudes, and women and everybody, right? I mean, it's just the economy is whatever it is. Like people are interested in dinosaurs, whether I guess they would be real or not. They are real, but whether they're real or not, you know what I mean?
Wait, you're on board? You don't have any skepticism about it?
I don't understand where the skepticism comes from. There's bones.
Bone.
I've seen them. What are they just making those up?
Yeah.
Well, the paleontologists are in on this, is what you're saying?
Speaking
No,
of
they're having fun. They're just kids digging.
they're just kids digging.
okay, well, speak about having fun and speak about things.
I mean, think about it. They're like, you're gonna pay me money to just dig? Sure, sign me up, bro.
I love it.
Oh man,
I love it.
I think Tim's just bitter because he dug in the sandbox for years and didn't get paid 1 cent for it. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. He's just He's a bitter Ben, all right? But no. So speak about ridiculous things, Tim. I know this is something that you brought up earlier. So let's talk about this. The Shohei and all aces. And this is.
Do you know how many of these I probably have sold for like $2 to $5 in live auctions over the course of the last couple of years?
Bro, the last one just sold for $442 at auction.
Look at a PSA 10, bro.
Oh, they're $1,200, $1,300 now. I think. They're 1,100, 1,500. But here's the thing. So for those who don't know, there's 77 cards in this set. Yeah. This is a massive play that you guys can find in the bargain box. And there's
I don't know. I think. Oh, you mean like the other all aces?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just sold Nola yesterday.
I think the Nola
for $7.
Ryan's probably the most the highest price one that's right now.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty much, and this is just me, I'm picking up anyone I find in a $1 box.
I've come to that conclusion now too. So I started seeing them priced at like $10, $15, $20 at the card show this weekend, and that made me realize, okay, I guess there's going to be some sort of trickle down effect. And originally, I think that the Shoheis took off because people didn't realize that they weren't case hits like the new ones. Then I think it continued to pick up because the Shohei is actually a really good looking card.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I appreciate the fact that we're buying cards now because they look good, right? And I think people are buying them because they're a lot cheaper than the actual case hits of the last 2 years of release of tops.
So the all kings and all aces now are, I think they're a case hit they're actually more than a case hit. These were actually, I looked it up last night, one in every 1.5 hobby boxes you can hit one of these all aces, and there's 77 of them. So but they're all, I mean, independent for 75, and there's variations.
That's numbered to 75. Hitting them numbered is a completely different ballgame. Those are really hard to pull.
Well,
and I think they're more difficult to pull than people realize, because they're one in every 3 hanger boxes.
They're like one in I don't know what they said.
I don't think they're that rare.
Boxes?
I think
No,
I pulled them in retail stuff several times, but
Well,
I don't know if.
But there's 77 of them in the
there's
set.
77. That's what makes it difficult too. But then also here's another play that we talked about, the mosaic aces too. Because
Shout out
that
to
one,
Tommy who listens to the podcast. He bought my Green Mojo one.
but like these now, here's another play for these. Like
I wonder though, like with him being on the Angels when these came out, unlicensed might not be that big of an issue because he's not on the Angels anymore either.
Yeah,
which is
My
kind of
Green Mojo one is selling for over $100 now. I think
Yeah, the
Tommy
green
bought
ones.
it for me for 40.
I bought a blue Clayton Kershaw the other day of the Aces just because it was a color match, and even though it's unlicensed, they look
Kershaw's
decent.
selling crazy right now too. By the way,
Yeah,
but look, the green ones are actually 109.
I sold it already
91,
too. I sold the
93.
Kershaw, I believe.
So they've already doubled since I sold mine.
So what's the
Wow.
moral of the story? I mean, if a new insert comes out, Topps is going to be doing all kind of different stuff that they did in the previous years that wasn't like a big hit.
Okay, so this is the one I got. This is one I got for you. The Bowman Spotlights. When Bowman Spotlights first came out, they weren't case hits. Now they're case hits. So does that mean that Bowman Spotlights are going to be a play moving forward?
Do you know what I think there was so much emphasis on, because even when the all
Because
aces,
that's the best insert that has come out in any sports card in a long time.
which one are you talking about, the
Bowman
spotlight?
Spotlight.
Here's the thing: like I think play is a lot different for bargain boxers than it is for people dealing
Very
with
true.
big cards. So a play for us, I think so, because a play for us could be getting a card for 50 cents and selling it for $3. It might lift it up just a little bit enough to where we could have a play on some of these lower end cards. I don't think it will be a big play like beyond that though, probably.
But there's once again, here's a trickle down effect that you can get ahead of the game on this, especially with Topps getting a new license has a license for basketball this year and license for football. So pay attention to if they bring back some of those inserts from the yesteryears to now, where you may be able to go back and pick up those old inserts for super cheap or not pass them up. Because you're seeing that progression happen right now. So
I mean,
don't know.
this time next month, we're going to have Topps football.
Yeah,
Because I think the first product comes out like 12th of April or something.
is that the release date?
They're doing a flag. They're doing a Chrome of 25.
Yeah.
And then they'll release 26 flagship and then 26.
I think that's smart.
Chrome.
Yeah. Just do the Chrome variation for this year, and then do your first flagship with the new class. I think that's a smart way to do it.
I like that we're actually getting some Topps football from 2025.
Yeah,
to be honest
Jaden
with you.
Daniels, Drake May.
What? That's 2024.
That's 24's class, but they'll be in it.
That's bro. You're a Jaden
25.
Daniels
You're
fan.
talking about, we're getting.
How do you not know what your quarterback? I mean, I get it.
We're
You're
gonna
not a
get
true fan,
Cam
so-
Ward. We're gonna get Tet McMillan, Ashton
Rookies,
Genty.
But I'm talking about like your first taste of signed licensed football.
Oh, license.
Oh,
Yeah,
license,
because Jaden.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I got you. Okay. You had to elaborate a little bit more there what you're saying, but
You know what? One of my favorite inserts is all time, or just favorite cards. I love those wild card prehistoric with the dinosaurs on them.
I love them.
I love the realism. It's like you feel like you're there with the real dinosaurs,
You know what?
which
100%.
were same time as humans. They were there.
they were, and we won, and here
And
we are.
won. We won. Yeah. See,
Wait, what?
you got to
We
read a
won.
book.
We're
Read a
here,
book,
bro.
Tim.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with you.
All right, so I got a question for you guys. A lot of baseball was announced. Players getting sent back to the minors. What's going to happen, Cary? What do you think's going to happen to the Connor Griffin market? He was just sent back down to the minors on Saturday.
It might,
Is that still a play for a lot of
it's
people?
all. It depends on what your definition of play is. Speculation, which I don't like to partake in too much, but so this is speculation, my opinion. Don't take it as advice on what to do. I think it'll dip for a short time, which might mean you should buy, allegedly. And then I'm surely have a little bump if he gets called up again, because he's inevitably going to get called up unless
He's
something
19,
crazy
absolutely.
happens.
Yeah, he's
It'll be
19.
And
the
that might
other-
be about control of a contract, right, Tim? Like they put him
a lot
down
of that
so
has to do with that. Yeah.
not because he's not capable.
Well, he wasn't. His last 10 games, he didn't do well either, too. So he was only
Yeah,
about
he
like
wasn't really
147.
lighting it up on the average. He was hitting some dingers, but
Yeah, early on. But so Tim, you're our resident baseball expert here. There are some
Well, I'm
players
not
that
an
it gets
expert in anything,
but you know what I mean here.
except
But like
for like eating food. Like I'm pretty.
that's why you have a Facebook page for that, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
married
yeah.
with an appetite.
Married with
Yep.
an Appetite on Facebook.
So what is the play going forward with all these players that get sent back down? Like we're going to see a dip in the market, with that.
No, but only a few. Because 95% of the prospects, that's not even be 97% of the prospects who were with the club for spring training weren't going to make the roster to begin with.
Yeah, very true.
So I think if you're buying these guys right now, I mean, Kevin McConaughey and JJ Weatherholt are probably the two biggest names that are going to be close to making the Major League roster opening day. And Kevin McConaughey's first chromes are like $5 right now, base. But what are Connor Griffin's?
I don't know. I just saw
They were
Roman
15
Anthony.
for a while.
I saw Roman
The
Anthony for
papers are
20.
selling for 15.
The papers? Oh my gosh! So I was off on that.
Yeah, I saw the Roman Anthony for I think 18
Roman
or 20.
Anthony's cards are crazy. I picked up a bunch of like inserts. They're all like $10 cards right now.
Joe, his pro debut paper's going for $5 a card. Like I couldn't believe it. Like there's a lot of play out there when it comes, but that's also he did well in the World Baseball Classic too. So he's kind of showcased there. And
I bought a Mark DeRosa card because I thought it was an image variation of him catching a football, and it's a normal card. What the hell are we doing, Tops?
trying to bring back that Nolan Ryan magic.
Yeah,
Back
that
in the
Paul
day.
Skeens one from this year's top set is great, where he's throwing the football Nolan Ryan style.
First Bowman Chrome Connor Griffin sold today for $30, $32.99, $32.99.
Wow.
First Chrome base.
That's the kind of card I'm telling you. I know people know they're Bowman, but a lot of people don't also. Like that's a card you can find in a bargain box. You could
Absolutely.
find, I'm sure it's in a dollar box somewhere, especially
So,
the paper.
He's the number one prospect. Kevin McConaughey's the number two prospect. McConaughey's probably is still playing with the Major League club. He hasn't been sent back down yet, as far as I know. And that's a $30 gap in their prices. So
Is it
if
because of
I
Connor's
were
age?
you, what's that?
Is it because Connor's so good, so young? Like he's like King Griffey Jr. age right now.
He's 19.
That's
That might be
good point.
That's a good point.
If McGonagall's is 2 years older or 3 years older, that might be what it is, or at least a big part of it.
Yeah, McConaughey's 21.
Yeah.
Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think the Paul Skeens factor has anything to play with it? Because a lot of people are already, following the Pirates because of Paul Skeen and speculating with the Pirates.
You know who
Yeah,
else too? Leo
that's a good point.
DeVry.
Pirates might have something to do with it, honestly.
Yeah.
Leo DeVry has been killing it this spring training. He's only 19. He's the number
He's
four prospect.
I think he just I could be wrong. It feels like he's simmered down a lot, and it's got to be because unfortunately he's with my A's. The A's just like
Yeah, but I think
Nick,
because
Nick
of how
and Jacob
good
did well though.
I think of how good he's playing this spring and being 19. I saw somebody said that they're paying 100%. Oh, you guys see what I had put up a post on Facebook, my Over the Years Sports Facebook page. Make sure you guys are joined to that. If you could eliminate one phrase that is used in the hobby right
Well, that's
now,
a good one.
what would you eliminate?
That was a good one.
Mine was paying strong. I was like, because that drives me crazy. Like, what do you mean you're paying strong? I don't like. You should always pay what the price is. You can't just say I'm paying strong, so I'm paying 90% while everybody else is paying 85%. Like, what are we doing here? Paying strong, it's got to go. I hate that saying. It's so stupid.
That's
What are you
good question.
paying?
I put buy the dip.
Yeah,
I hate that.
And
I hate
what did
that
I put?
phrase.
What did I reply?
Did we just
Unless
say
it's
about
Otani during a betting baseball scandal. Yeah, that's true. But buy the dip, like I feel like that's such. Once again, my opinion, guys, not the word a lot, but like I feel like it's such terrible advice because for every time you get lucky buying the dip, you get unlucky. I feel like buying the dip. So it at best you're canceling yourself out, and at worst you're probably using
Then you're stuck with the card at the card show trying to sell it for $50 more than what its
like I
market
saw
is because
somebody-
I paid this much for it. I gotta get
I
this.
saw an Instagram video where the guy was buying. He had an Abdul Carter downtown. He's like, I paid $300, and it's like,
saw
will you
that
take
too.
80% for it, which is about what it's worth. And he's all like, I have that much into it, and that once again irrelevant unless I guess you have a a relationship with the person. But like, it's just like, it's not worth that. So, I mean, what's going to happen logically with an Abdul Carter downtown? He's not going to turn into Lawrence Taylor next year, more than likely, right? So it's not going to go anywhere but down, right? More than likely, allegedly, I don't know. But my opinion is that.
There.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, so like I would sell it while you could get some. People don't deal with sunk cost enough in this.
What about those
business,
stupid
like.
green
They can cash out,
downtowns
get
that
something
you
better.
get in the complete sets?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? There's
Yeah,
you can
there's
buy
green
complete sets, and
downtowns.
there's a green downtown in every complete set.
I can't imagine those holding value.
Yeah.
I was told from actually.
I'm waiting for the Chinatown.
No, I was told from the Chinatown. That's funny.
Waiting for yeah.
I see what you did there. But no, I was told from a dealer that they are very worried about downtowns because there's so many of them out there right now, and the market's going to get flooded. And
How could it not be a bubble? How?
And they
How could it
fluctuate a
not be a
lot.
bubble?
Where the mangas are okay, the kabooms are okay, but you see an extreme fluctuation right now because they did.
As soon as they made uptowns, that was the biggest red flag in the world. As soon as they made uptowns, you should have known.
Yeah, it's same with Funko Pops, man. It's like, oh, there's keychains now, and then we got minis. Like, I mean, Funko's gonna be around, but like,
did you see the Topps Funkos, by the way?
Those are cool. but I don't think they're necessarily gonna. They're cool. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Hold on, can we revisit? Can we revisit my take? And I told you guys that
which take?
Which take? The Labubu,
you have a lot of takes, Tim.
The Labubu take.
I forgot what it was, but I'm pretty sure you're right because Labubu seems to be dead.
I told you guys that Labubu Topps Chrome was going to be an absolute tanker of a drop. I've never seen
it for $65,000 or something like that.
I've never seen a Labubu card in my life.
I've sold a few. I've seen a couple in the dollar box at K&T. So, but that's it.
Were they numbered?
No, dude. I picked up like 25 Squishmallows numbered cards for like
Did you really?
Dude, I'm all over Squish. You give me numbered Squishmallow cards for $1 a piece? Just give me a case of those, man. I don't know what they were. Somebody's got to want that.
Are you gonna run them in your lives?
Probably.
Dude, I saw one of the sickest cards I've never seen before, and I saw it at the card show. Michael Jordan World Cup card, dunking a soccer ball. Have you guys ever seen that card?
Is it like from '94 Upper Deck when it was in the U.S.?
Yeah, it was graded too, and I was shocked at how many, what the pop count was on that card. But yeah, it was super dope.
That reminded me of the Michael Jordan card I came across at the card show here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Dude, I'm surprised the Stay in School one's not bigger, the Michael Jordan, because we all graduated high school because of that card. We'd look at it and we'd be like, card. I can't leave.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Told me to stay.
So
how many people do you think joined the Navy because of David Robinson?
Seriously, a few. My brother joined the Navy because of Top Gun, and then he found out he couldn't be a fighter pilot. He just worked on the aircraft carrier. Yep. Not quite as cool, but still pretty cool.
Happens to a lot of people, actually. You have to have 20/20 eyesight, I think, to be a fighter pilot.
I think that was the problem. Yeah, it's always
or like not even 20/20. I think you have to have like 20/10, which is like weird.
Where is this at? Here it is. There, pull it up here, and it is this Jordan card.
Your hat is really funny today, by the way.
That's okay.
What is that?
It's a Jordan suit pants. It's a pair of his suit pants. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing?
I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you, because that definitely looks like a '90s suit. So, does it smell like cigar?
I didn't smell it. I'll remember next time in the card show.
Smell your relic cards.
Always smell your relic cards.
Always smell your relic cards.
It's got to be like a weird Facebook group that's like smelling the relic cards and talking about it.
Do you touch your relic cards? Do you touch the jerseys?
I heard somebody told me about that, and I thought that was a really cool point. No. Somebody else said it. They said they don't like their relic cards in one touches because they want to feel their relics.
Someone commented about that. Yeah, who was that? Someone did that. But every time I pull it in a pack, I always touch the thing. I don't know why. I feel like you feel closer to the game.
Some dinosaurs likely had as good as or even better than 20/20 vision.
That's true.
It would have been the perfect fighter pilot.
That right there is just like, explain to me how that is the known fact.
Well, it says some, so I think that just means like it could be,
That's the whole dinosaur. That's dinosaur in a nutshell.
Problem isn't their vision; it's their posable thumbs and stuff. That would make it hard.
It could be. It's all theory, bro.
Do you know what's not theory? That we actually have members on this podcast, and they like to support this card show and this
Bangtown.
card podcast.
Bangtown.
And you guys can also
Bangtown
support it.
2033.
No.
For $1.99, you guys can be a
2026,
member.
maybe 2026, definitely 2027.
Well,
Dude,
if I can't explain it, we're never gonna have a show because we can't afford
free.
it.
They could get in. Well, it's gonna be free anyway. But like, we will give you some of his slabs. They're not slabbed yet. They're gonna be slabbed if he ever sends them. He will give you a free card from there, or I will. If
Did
you
we
come in
lose
one of those,
some members?
you gotta come in some
No.
in an inflatable
Did we gain
dinosaur
some?
suit to the show.
Yes,
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Did you update the list?
yes. We didn't get anyone for last week, but we do have
Okay.
members for $1.99. You guys want to support the cause? You can be part of the bargain box crew. If you want to be a value box member for $4.99, you will get the podcast a day early. Also get one of our videos when they do drop. They are dropping. One's dropping this week. We're having one drop this week.
Yeah,
and then
sorry.
we're gonna-
We've been there's a lot of lifing going on between
Yes.
the three of us lately.
So, and I promise you guys, once the one drops, we will have them back-to-back weeks coming out. So just hang with us. And then for the bargain, or for I want to buy a case like this guy right here for $9.99, you want to support the
I'll
podcast.
buy a case for $9.99.
Well, it brings you
G
the
League. You think I
category
can
of
get a
buying
case of
pieces.
G League for $10?
Bro, you can't buy G League cards ever again because you already hit your 101, the most bargain,
You
the
could probably buy
most
a
no
case
banger
of
thing ever.
GI Joe cards.
Yes, but anyway, Tim, you know some of our members' names?
Are there any GI Joe cards that actually sell for good money?
No, not that I know of. They did have the
Felt
1991.
like in 2020 they were trying to tell us to get like PSA 10 Snake Eye rookies or something. I feel like that was a thing at some point.
That's funny.
I'm on it. All right. Buy a case, 1971. Great year, Dom Perignon. Shout out Todd Cart. The E is silent. ACW cards. Flip 316 says. Have we figured out what he says yet?
I just whooped your ass.
Vintage Sport Flips without an S. Our resident octopus doctor.
Exactly.
I saw him on the Disney show helping out some pets one time, so he may be famous allegedly. I don't know.
Question. Oh, we should ask him. Keith, dinosaurs, are they real? Let us know.
Yeah,
And
let us
have
know
you
in the
ever
comment
operated on
section.
one?
Have you
Everybody in the
operated on a
comment
dinosaur?
section, dinosaurs real? Yes or no? I don't need
That's-
an explanation. Just yes or no. Buster Chestnut, our local comedian, and
Bum.
yeah, Rod and him are going back and forth about some things.
I think you're just upset because he has a sweet ponytail and you can't grow one.
That's it. Exactly what it is. You got me.
Like Rod's hat looks like it doesn't have a front. Like
It's
it
white.
just looks like you're wearing like a
Bro, and all
skull cap.
people, literally, your hat rotates around all show
Shout
long.
out to Gaby.
Yeah.
Gaby said this
2-hour
podcast
show.
is 2 hours long, and Tim's hat has made it all the way around his head. I have no idea what time it is.
That's the best comment of the day. I literally laughed out loud when I read that.
I was,
had no idea
dying.
what
I was
time it is.
laughing so hard. I can't wait to hang out with Gaby at National this year.
Yes.
Sports Card with Chef in the kitchen cooking it up. Neon Penguin, our sticker producer. We have Cardboard Bambino, the great Sultan of SWAT. Where the Yin's at? Shout out to Yin's. Yin's is moved, so I got a little stack of Yin's cards to go out here. Shout out Big Tom, the fourth member of the podcast. DZ Money, the greatest Chicago Bear, Cub, Bull fan in the world. Porter and Son Trading Company, your home for trading cards, cast irons, flannel
Old-
shirts, and Swiss Army pocket knives.
Old tattered denim overalls.
Carhartts. You probably get Carhartts
Yeah,
at
you
Porter
probably
and
get
Son
a
Trading.
Carhartt.
Shout out to Dusty Box Treasure, who was the long-standing, forgotten member here.
No, it was a test. He passed. That's what I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
It's
so.
it's Fezzi's in the building. Benji V89. Big shout out to Laxon and Philly. And last but certainly not least, hail to D Number Chaser. Our value box members are Lodi Sports Cards, Brown Jordan, Shaky 1994, Big Go, Chrono Rig, Diltrons, Yarbs, Yard, and everybody's favorite Channel Deleted. And the bargain box members are Derek Kramer 1595, Austin Ardinger 2575, P Bird Sports Cards, Yam Starts, The Tank 211, Jumping Uncle Rico, and Dumbblog 2929. This has been brought to you by www.dibditcards.com, America's favorite place to buy and sell trading cards. Allegedly.
So, Tim, you have any final words, my friend?
No final words.
It's your State of the Union right now. State of the Union.
You notice that Neon Penguin sent this to me? He actually updated my photo of you being a trader.
Gold for enthusiasm.
Look all your medals on there.
Completion award. Completion award. That might have been from your Married with Appetite channel.
Yes, as you completed that. But I died laughing when you sent me this. I had to post it up. You just reminded me when you were going through the list.
Oh my god! I want to find one of those Presidentes with Perdomo's the strike zone on the Presidente can.
Oh my god, that's so funny!
It's so good, right?
Yeah. No.
Gotta love marketing. All right, no final words. I'll be on Dibdit Cards this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Tuesday.
And
so you guys, Tuesday will already be passed.
And we will be dropping a new giveaway on Dibdit Cards here, so stay tuned for that. For a $1 offer, you get yourself a free box of a hobby box of cards.
Oh, I do have a. I did want to give a. I forgot about it. It's broken news.
No broken news today.
Yeah.
All right, Cary, final words.
Clayton Kershaw retired, guys. There's some broken news.
Oh yes, retired.
No, it was about a long snapper.
Who cares about long snappers?
Dude, it's not too late for any of us. We're in the physical shape to be long snappers.
We could be the Al Bundy.
Exactly.
Of the podcast. All right, guys, let's get in. We've already disappointed the audience enough. So
yeah, guys. Almost an hour and a half of disappointment. Let's go.
Tim already ruined the show with his crappy intro.
Yeah, that was don't know. But it was better than one of the bad ones.
Yep.
No bangers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
No banger. See, that didn't even have it. You guys better brought it.
Give Tim hell in the comments.
Yeah.